everyone, Jess here. In June, things got a little hectic because of a certain video, and I had to take 2 off weeks. July wasn't much better, but I managed to get out 5 videos, so I consider that a win. I'm still behind schedule, but not so far behind that I can't catch up. It would help if I could get more time or figure out what to do for the next video. But in order to do that, I'd have to, meditate, clear my mind, get rid of the old cobwebs in the noggin. But I don't know how to do that. No, I know there's 4 basic forms of meditation that are useful to the average person. The first one I want to talk about is the one where you blank your mind and think about absolutely nothing. I know what you're going to say, Jess, for you, that's not that hard. And you'd be wrong, because I think that's impossible. Even when you are thinking about absolutely nothing, you're thinking that you're thinking about absolutely nothing, which is, in and of itself, a thought. Most practitioners of this sort of meditation disagree with me, but I can see why. There's a potent psychological benefit to the placebo effect, and if they acknowledge that it's impossible, they might not be able to function in day-to-day life. But there are those who completely agree with me. But they say that the quest for enlightenment and inner peace is some sort of quixotic quest for Dulcinea, which is the true point of the exercise. And the supposed way to achieve this is really quite simple. You just close your eyes, now breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Pay attention to nothing but your own breathing. And then stop paying attention to even that. Gee, I wonder what would happen if I tried that. All right, I know you're stressed, but let's give this a shot, Jess. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And it's 20 minutes later. You got a lot less time and a lot of work to do. And you still don't have an idea for your next video, so good job there, buddy. Okay, since that didn't work, let's try one of those other forms of meditation I talked about. This one I want to try is sort of the exact opposite of the last one. Instead of trying to impose order, just embrace the chaos. Let your mind go where it needs to go. Instead of focusing only on your breathing, you try to notice everything and hone in on the things you want to think about. I wonder what things would have been like if I had tried that instead. Let's rewind, shall we? And they say, point me toward a billionaire and I'll show you someone with at least one skeleton in their closet. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one. That's the thing we need to focus on. I mean, Bezos did all kinds of crazy shit to get where he is. And Bill Gates ran Microsoft like a monopoly in the 90s, until it was broken up by the courts. Plus, stuff that's come out about him as a person are kinda ick. And the same goes for fictional billionaires. Scrooge McDuck doesn't even pay his own nephew's minimum wage. Lex Luthor built an army of autonomous killer robots just to get at one man. Bruce Wayne is a psychopath who masks his need for violent revenge and control with serving the greater good. What about Richie Rich? Where did he get his money? Oh yeah, his parents. But where did they get their money? The character was created in 1953, and Richie appears to be about 8, so he would have been born in 1945. So I'm guessing they were war profiteers. they sold weapons to both the US and the Germans. Or maybe they laundered money for the Nazis and did a little tiny bit of embezzling. Or maybe just after the war, they became professional mercenaries and hunted down Nazis. I mean, they didn't really catch that many, but unofficially, the Israelis may have gotten more than they're letting on. Rumors persist to this day that since a lot of these guys were wanted dead or alive, the mercenaries went with dead because it was easier, and public trials could never be held. Yeah, that's it. I'll do an expose on the riches. Wait, no, I canceled Comic Book Corner for a reason. So yeah, this form of meditation can be useful in a creative sense, for me anyway. It's good at sorting out the difference between what's important and irrelevant details. But in this case, everything's irrelevant details. So let's move on to another method. This one was recommended to me by my acting teacher from high school and a psychologist. It goes something like this. And this method is mainly used so you can at least temporarily unburden yourself so you can get back to what you need to be doing. Keep that in mind. Now close your eyes. Breathe in. Now picture a place in your mind. The place where you're the happiest you've ever been. Look around. Look at what's around you. Listen to the noise. How does it sound? How does it smell? That wasn't me. There is water. Maybe from a lake or a river. Maybe from the rain. Maybe from a sink. Whatever the water is, listen to it. Someone approaches you. It can be someone you want to talk to, or someone you can't talk to. What do you say to them? Think it hard, and they will hear it. Now they speak. What do they say? Remember, even if it is something hurtful, it's not them. It's what you think they would say. Do not blame them. They speak only a truth that comes from within. And how many of you were using that to just wistfully imagine fixing things with the one that got away? Because really, that's the only thing that kind of garbage is good for. It's great for things that YouTube won't let us talk about, but horrible for just about anything else. But face it, that past relationship, it either didn't work out because the real them is an awful person, or you are. And in most cases, it's a little of column A and a little of column B. So let's jump back in time one more time to try to find the final form of meditation. This one is a little more difficult than the others because it requires a lot of thought. The first step is to just think of the first thing that pops into your head. And what's the first thing you think of when you think of that thing? Now, where does that second thing come from? And what's the best vehicle to use to get to that place? And who would you bring along on your journey? Let's try it, shall we? Candy. Peanut butter M&Ms. Mars. A VW minibus. Ralph. Okay. Torgo. Alright, Gizmo. Does this solve your problem? No. Is there any way that it could? Maybe. Is there any way you could find out? Meditate. How would that help you? It wouldn't. Then why did you say that it would? Because I can just make a video on my many failed attempts. That's sure to fill 4 to 8 minutes of content. Woohoo! I don't know, the best way to help is to not help? Seems like fortune cookie bullshit to me. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. And if you really want to see this channel grow, visit patreon.com/ParityErrorFilms and become a patron today. Give us enough money and you might get to pick a movie for an episode of Did I Get What I Paid For? Or choose an activity I do on this series.